Coming up on Fulton Today, a holiday plea from Fulton's Animal Services to help ease overcrowding at the county shelter. We'll have details on their holiday gift idea. And the district attorney's office welcomes one of its own back to work. We'll hear how April Ross now plans on helping others. Fulton Today starts right now. Welcome to Fulton Today, everyone. The Fulton County Animal Services Division is asking for the public's help to save the lives of hundreds of animals at the shelter. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega is at the shelter with this story. Priscilla?
In recent months, a massive amount of dogs and cats have been taken in here at the Fulton County Animal Shelter. There has been some pretty successful adoption special weekends that have helped drop those numbers down, but the animal shelter says they are still working towards becoming a no-kill shelter. On any given day at the Fulton County Animal Shelter, the cages are full with cats and dogs.
As an open admission facility, meaning that we don't turn any animal away. We can't just keep bringing them in without there being an outcome. And we at Lifeline and Fulton want to make that outcome a positive outcome.
The positive outcome they want is for people to adopt the animals. They want to save the lives of 90% or more of the animals they receive.
We want to be no-kill by the end of next year.
In recent months, the shelter has seen an increase in the number of animals coming into its care. The dogs and cats that are adopted are all fully vaccinated, spayed or neutered, and licensed.
Pick her up between 4 and 6:30. Okay. Yeah, so I will start your paperwork.
It's something that brings in clients from hours away.
All the shelters that I've been to, this one I've seemed to have the best connection with, because in some places they don't treat the dog until they're adopted.
While adoption specials relieve overcrowding temporarily, there are still hundreds available. The Fulton County Animal Shelter says you can adopt, foster, or even take out a dog for a day. If you want more information, contact the number on your screen. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, Fulton's first responders are also concerned about a holiday safety issue: home fires. Firefighters simulated a fire on this replica house to train its new recruits. With thousands of its residents ready to put up Christmas trees and using portable heaters, there is a greater risk of a home fire. Recruits saw firsthand how fire moves through a structure and what can happen if air gets into it at the wrong place and time.
The least little bit of ventilation, untimed, without putting water on that fire, this is what you're gonna get. Did you see it blow out around the eaves?
According to the American Red Cross, nearly 47,000 fires occur during the winter holiday, claiming over 500 lives nationwide. Firefighters use this training to teach firefighters how to save citizens' lives and their own.
This was a very good training exercise to give those firefighters that are young firefighters, rookie firefighters, if you would, give them a somewhat of a first-hand view in a scaled-down model of a house and how the smoke, fire, and heat travels, how it can affect the occupant as well as themselves.
Fire officials say smoke alarms are the first line of defense if there is a fire in your home. Also, check the batteries and make sure they are working and have regular maintenance on your heating appliances. Safety was the focus in South Fulton as many county officials met with residents. Commissioners, county executives, emergency services representatives, and police representatives were joined by school officials to address safety concerns in the community. Those concerns range from juvenile crimes to slow police response.
We had an excellent panel today. We're working with prosecutors, we're working with chiefs, we're working with commissioners and other representatives to ensure that South Fulton remains a safe place.
The overall message was we need to work together. The police department can't solve all the crime issues, and the citizens have every right to expect help, but we have to work together to solve these crimes together. And based on the reaction here, I think a good partnership is definitely being formed.
County officials listened to the concerns, and both sides talked about the importance of working together for the benefit of families and the entire community. Fulton County's executive team lays out the plan for the new year. The team discussed all of these ideas at their executive retreat. Their focus, what does it take to make the county first in impact, service, and efficiency? That could include more engaged employees.
With high optimism that we're going to learn some things from one another. We're going to identify some of the obstacles that we all know are there in our organization. We're going to commit ourselves to 2016 being the most successful year that Fulton County has had.
Performance, accountability, and responsibility will dominate the objectives.
Whether it's arts and culture, the police department, fire department, aging and youth, whatever departments they are responsible for, I really look to them to be a general manager, a CEO, if you will, of their respective departments.
The county manager has visited many departments and talked to many employees since coming to the county. He praised them for their dedication and customer service.
One of the things that's been very helpful in visiting all of our departments is maybe two significant learnings. One is we have very good frontline employees that serve thousands of customers every day. So things get done every day, from auto registration to Justice Center activities to obviously the water department where we are today at Johns Creek Environmental Campus.
The executive team plans to get that campaign started with a video town hall with all county employees. Here is a special story for us here in Fulton County. The Fulton County District Attorney welcomed one of its own back to work after a tragic incident of domestic violence. FGTV's Felicia Church has the story of the comeback kid, April Ross.
Assistant District Attorney April Ross is back on the job. Her return comes nearly a year and a half after being shot and paralyzed in a domestic violence incident.
This is a really big day for the District Attorney's Office.
On this first day back, there were plenty of hugs and smiles, and there was plenty of support from colleagues and family.
It is a momentous day for her to be able to return back to work.
April has a hydraulic chair, special software, and office furniture to help her get her work done. She will also have something else.
And so I said to her, April, is there anything that I can do? And April wrote, give me a raise.
April will now specialize in work for domestic violence victims. She says that's now her calling and the least she can do after having her life spared.
If you stay determined and just believe, you can get your life back and you can continue to pursue your dreams. And that's all I'm trying to do, is continue to have the life and the opportunities and the opportunity to have a career that I've always dreamed of having.
From everyone here at Fulton County, welcome back, April. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you very much, Felicia, and welcome back, April Ross. Now, FGTV will air a special with April Ross later this month. You will hear more from her about how she hopes to save lives with her message and now her work. And still to come, commissioners get more input on the 2016 budget. We'll hear about it in our district by district coverage next. Fulton commissioners give residents a chance to weigh in on the 2016 budget, and they also help to end the fight against HIV and AIDS. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eaves as he brings greetings on behalf of the county during a World AIDS Day Atlanta event. The at-large commissioner joined leaders from Georgia Equality at the Center for Civil and Human Rights for the special program. The chairman addressed how Fulton is committed to ending the HIV and AIDS epidemic.
Last year, Commissioner Joan Garner and I went to an event very similar to today and heard some very startling statistics. We were emboldened decided to take action. We went back to our board, got unanimous support for the creation of a task force. And that task force has been working over the past year and have come up with some incredible recommendations in terms of how we can reverse the tide of the negative statistics of HIV and AIDS in our community.
In a response to high and increasing HIV rates among youth in Atlanta, Georgia Equality launched the Youth HIV Policy Advisors program this spring. The program matches selected elected officials with youth advocates who serve as their special advisors on youth HIV.
We know that the hardest hit group of people living with HIV are young people. We really need to address this epidemic amongst young people, and the best people to help guide us through that process are young people living with HIV and AIDS.
Chairman EAVES' office will work one-on-one with the youth so that they can address policy barriers to HIV prevention. District 2 Commissioner Bob Ellis hosted his second budget hearing of the year. The North Fulton representative heard from his constituents at the new MILTON Library. Commissioner Ellis shared his perspective on next year's spending plan with the group and also heard their ideas as well.
More money put into the arts and culture. They're a big part of what the county represents, and it's the face of what the county shows. And I think that's a big deal for the people that live in the county.
The prevailing question is, how is my money being spent, and how are we ensuring that it's being spent in a way such that it's having the greatest impact on the county, and that we're being served well as taxpayers and customers, and the services are being provided more effectively for us.
By law, Fulton commissioners must approve the final budget by the end of January. District 4 residents got a chance to hear about the county's plans for next year's budget. Commissioner Joan Garner hosted her second budget hearing of the year at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multi-Purpose Facility in her district.
The citizens are very concerned and have a lot of questions about health and human services and partnering with the county in terms of providing services to the community. And so I'm very happy to hear that people are wanting to make sure that they have an opportunity to partner with the county and that the county is spending their dollars wisely.
County staff shared some of the priorities for 2016, and residents shared theirs as well. And finally, in District 6, a new fire station in South Fulton County is near completion. Station number 15 is located at 6351 Cedar Grove Road. The 5,000 square foot station will be equipped with state-of-the-art equipment in a community-friendly environment.
We hope that Station 15 will be one of the stations where the homeowners will come together and have meetings, or it be a place where kids can come and have birthday parties and that kind of thing. This is going to be a community station that serves the community in all aspects.
We are announcing now to the entire community that we are so pleased that we've been able to use the resources of the community to have a safer community and to have a community where folks know about what we've done, that they are protected and respected.
Fire Station 15 will provide fire and EMS protection to a growing area in South Fulton. There are several new subdivisions in the area that have recently been constructed and are expanding. Therefore, the fire station was desperately needed. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, have you gotten your flu shot yet? We'll tell you about this year's stock when we come back. More now on World AIDS Day activities in Fulton County. Fulton County officials are working aggressively to end the epidemic of HIV and AIDS. FGTV's LYN VAUGHN shows us how.
I want to thank the members of the task force.
Fulton kicked off its World AIDS Day commemoration in Assembly Hall with details on a new plan. It was put forth by the HIV/AIDS Task Force established by the Board of Commissioners a year ago. Entitled Building the Strategy to End AIDS in Fulton County, the plan calls for increased education, prevention strategies, support, and awareness. Those goals are in line with steps Fulton Health Services has already initiated to end HIV in the county.
I invite you to join us in continuing this fight. We can do this. If San Francisco is doing it, we can do it as well.
The full board supported the creation of the task force as put forth by Commissioner Joan Garner and Chairman John Eaves. Phase 1 of the task force's work has been to assess needs and to target services toward them. It wants to eliminate perinatal HIV transmission, link diagnosed persons to care within 3 days, and increase the number of people who know their HIV status. The task force estimates 2,800 people in Fulton don't know they are infected.
Our next part will be to go to the community to get their input on how do we get to those goals? What is it that they want to see us do, and how can they make a difference in changing people's lives?
The day continued with a partnership with Georgia Equality. The group has a specific interest with youth who have HIV. Young people under 35 are hit disproportionately harder, so the county is working with 11 youth HIV policy advisors.
What's great about this program is that it comes from young people who are personally affected with HIV, so they know what it means to live with HIV, and honestly, you need people living with HIV to help you stop HIV.
The HIV task force will work toward the new goals and review phase 1 of the strategy plan in May 2016. Reporting for FGTV, I'm LYN VAUGHN.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Doctors say that now is typically the peak for the start of flu season. As we head into National Flu Vaccination Awareness Week, health officials are reminding residents to get their shots. The health department recommends a yearly flu shot for everyone 6 months of age and older.
People can get flu shots around almost every corner. They can get it at the health department. They can go to their local pharmacy, their medical providers, grocery stores, where they have the clinics inside of the grocery stores, just about everywhere.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it's not possible to predict what the flu season will be like this year. The flu severity and timing varies year to year, but the CDC says flu vaccines are designed to protect against the main flu viruses that research suggests will be the most common during the upcoming season. This holiday season, Fulton's workforce is giving the gift of life. At its headquarters downtown, the government center filled up with employees who wanted to donate blood. According to the American Red Cross, a pint of blood can save up to 3 lives, and every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. But donations often drop from Thanksgiving to New Year's Day when holiday festivities pull people away from their donation appointments.
Holidays for us are a very slow time simply because people tend to take off from work. They tend to be concentrated on the holidays and shopping. However, we still need to provide the hospitals with blood and blood products, and as a result, in the spirit of giving for the holidays, we also need donors to give blood and blood products so that we can supply the hospitals with the blood that they need.
Donors must weigh 110 pounds and be in generally good health to donate. For more information, you can go to redcrossblood.org. And still to come, Atlanta is bustling with film productions. We'll tell you how Fulton County is involved in the process. Well, you may be seeing more familiar county buildings and properties on the big screen soon. A number of production companies are signing up to use county facilities in their movies or television shows. Some of the popular locations include the courthouse and the Charlie Brown Airport.
We've had about 3 that are ongoing right now. The movie Containment is filmed in our parking lot and at our airport, Charlie Brown Airport. A Tupac Shakur movie about his life is filmed at the airport also, and we'll be filming in the courthouse pretty soon. And a movie called The Yellowbirds is scouting property out by the Wolf Creek Library.
The production companies pay a predetermined fee set by the Board of Commissioners to use the facilities. Bob Giordano says over the last 3 years, more than 50 movies, television series, or commercials have been filmed on county property. And finally, Bal Ethnic kicks off a holiday production favorite, the Urban Nutcracker. The performances at the Riverside Epicenter are part of the 25th anniversary season for Bal Ethnic. The dance company's adaptation of the Urban Nutcracker is set in Atlanta in the 1940s.
Arts in particular and culture is how we preserve not only our culture and art and creativity, but it is our history. It is the truest reflection of our history.
The Bal Ethnic Dance Company's goal is to introduce the community, especially the youth and those who are financially disadvantaged, to dance and culture. Its headquarters are located in East Point. Fulton County government has supported Bal Ethnic over the years with grant funding. Always beautiful production. Well, before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.